This is Frag Watch TV, where I frag and you watch. Today we're going to be talking about my top 5 mouse pads from the last 3 years that I've enjoyed using the most. I apologize about how tired I look. I recently this week have changed my wake up time from 5 a.m. to 4 a.m., which has been a difficult change, but pushing through it. I did that so that I can make content without the kids or anyone else in the house awake and get some work done for you guys. Yeah. Well, let's kick things off. I didn't select these in separate categories of control, balance, or speed. I just went ahead and went with my top 5 pads and a couple of bonus pads I've thrown in that really stood out to me over the course of the last couple of years. And some of them were released prior to that, but I think you guys will like it. All right, so starting off at number 5, we have the Shidenkai V2, which came out late last year, and it's a great pad. It's orange, the variant I have, and I have the X Soft, but I think I would rather go with the Soft. It is a speed pad through and through. It's got a micro coating of glass on top of a typical feeling artisan pad, say close to like an Artisan Zero if you're familiar. If you're not, what you're going to feel on this pad is that glass bead surface on it, and it feels cool to the touch, which is really neat. And it's just very speedy. If I put a mouse on the pad and then took a blow dryer from a foot away, it would blow the mouse across the pad. Like, things just, yeah, it's awesome for tracking games. Yeah, so that is the only speed pad on the list. More of a balance pad and control pad guy. Next is the Temple of Dreams by Padsmith. It's a control pad, but it plays a little bit more like a balance pad due to the hardness of the pad. The design on it is incredible as well, as you can tell. Comes flat packed like all premium pads these days, and I really enjoy it. So that would be number 4. Now number 3 is a balance pad, and it is the best balance pad I've ever used. It is the Kurosun Samurai, and it's it's just a crazy good pad. I've been maining this for 3 months, and I gotta tell you, it was really hard for me to take it off my desk to put on the Artisan Type 99 to give that a spin, and I'm glad I did. But this is the best balance pad I've ever used through and through. If you play tracking heavy games like Call of Duty or Battlefield, and it's great for tactical games too, but not as good as a super good control pad. I think this is the best all-around pad of the last year that's been released, with a caveat that I'll explain later. But this is my number 3 overall the past 2 to 3 years. Next up is the pad I would recommend to most people because of its price and its closeness to the Artisan pads, and that is the Saturn Pro by Lethal Gaming Gears. Lethal Gaming Gears is a great store, great company that offers just wonderful products for esports, for gaming. Really recommend them. Their owners do a great job with customer service. So yeah, this is a great control pad. It plays a lot like a Hayate Atsu Heian without the roughness. It's a rough pad, takes months and hundreds of hours to break in from it not being abrasive on the skin. But this is nice to the touch right out of the box. It takes about 30 hours to break in properly so you get the best feeling, the best control. It's soft. I would compare it to a Hayate Atsu soft, and very nice. At $50, this pad is incredibly difficult to beat. It would be my number one recommendation if you're on a budget. But it is always so very hard for a pad to beat the Hayate Atsu version 2 X Soft. This pad has my heart. From the original Hayate Atsu back in 2020 to now with Hayate Atsu version 2 by Artisan. It's just the best. It's a balanced pad texture wise, but you add the X Soft depth to it, and it's just on a whole different level. It gives you control, tracking, the whole gamut, and it does it all well. The only problem is it is going to run you anywhere from $70 to $110 depending on what size and softness you'd like. I highly recommend going soft or X Soft if you play control games, and if you get one, you'll understand why I say that. The softness it gives you so much more control because you can push in, and once your body adjusts to that, it is just incredible, just absolutely incredible feeling. I have one more pad, and it comes with a heavy caveat because I can't recommend it to almost anyone unless money is of no object to you and you don't mind waiting a little bit for it to go on sale or for you to be able to even find it. Is the Hayate Atsu Type 99, brand new, just came out this year. I never thought in the next year or two that anything would beat the Hayate Atsu, and I've been so pleasantly surprised by the Type 99. It is a control pad. It's a through and through control pad, but the static and dynamic friction aren't so high that it makes it difficult for tracking or typical balance pad activities. The surface is smooth to the touch. It's not rough. It's not abrasive on your skin. The X Soft, which I got it in X Soft because I just love being able to press into the pad and stop on a dime. The X Soft is, this pad's a beauty. I've used it for about 60 to 70 hours now, and it would be my number one pad if it wouldn't run you $150 to $220 to order it off eBay. Fantastic pad, but man, it's hard to recommend at that price point to anybody. I don't know if I would buy another one if this one got messed up in some way, just because of that price point. But this is, when this bad boy comes down in price, it's gonna be something else. It's gonna be the number one for sure. Now, all these pads, for those new to higher end pads, almost all high end pads come with a pour-on base, are over 3 millimeters thick, usually over 3.5 millimeters thick, and have really good cushioning. The pour-on base really helps it adhere to your desk a lot better than textures or materials of the past. That pour-on base also gives it its give and its cushiness, which really helps with mouse control and comfort. Hard to recommend a pad that does not have a good actual pour-on base nowadays. Another new thing with mouse pads within the last 5 years and with the higher end brands is they all come flat packed, so there's no unrolling and flattening out, and you're not playing the poster before you hang it up game. You're playing games. You get to go straight into playing games, and that's awesome. Honorable mentions. Boy, was it hard for me to not put the Tangdao and the Tangdao X from ESP Tiger on this list. That's an up and coming brand. They have tons of mouse pads, but man, those were just great pads. Loved them. They felt a lot like Saturn or a Hayate or a Heian. They were great. Another mention I'd like to put out there is the Wise Owl pad. That's a good one. And for glass pads, the Super Glide Pulsar collaboration with Nacho Customs was, that was a beautiful mouse pad, and it was fun until I started playing Counter-Strike or any game that really demands a high-density control pad. Sorry about that. So that would be my top glass pad. And really it's aluminum silicate, not pure glass. And it's kind of coated and frosted, and and you can get really pretty designs with glass pads. Not something I recommend getting for most people, but very beautiful. That'll do it. If you guys want to decide which one I give an actual full-on review to, or any of my mice that you'd like to see a full-on review of, let me know in the comments, and I will do that for you. I'd love to do that for you guys. I think my first review of other things will be this Boromir bust. Love it. We'll do that in a week or so. Leave your comments and likes, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm not an artisan shill, but boy, are they hard to beat. Love you guys.